Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm going to do a YouTube video on introduction to ski touring. So I've come up to my favourite ski touring place, which is Col de St Bernard. So this is the border between Switzerland and Italy. Not that far from Verbier, maybe half an hour drive from Verbier, 45 minutes. Over here we have the old Super St Bernard ski lift, and that's in Black Crowes Ghost Resorts. You can see still quite a bit of snow up here. It's the 11th of April 2025. Everyone else is getting ready. Come with some friends. So as this is an introduction, you've got to make sure you've got everything. You've got to make sure you've got your transceiver, your shovel, your probe. Well prepared.
Hand to Joe.
Hand to Joe. Joe has do you have the correct skins on yours, Joe?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and did your boots fit before you arrived?
Big time.
Yeah, we'll get away with this at the moment because it's April, but if this was the start of December or start of January, it'd be quite cold by now. So check you've got everything at home. I'll go through a little checklist of what you need, and I'll do some video on the way up of the skiing and the mountains. Okay, here we are underway. So this is the summer road that goes up over the Col. It closes normally at the end of October because we get so much snow up here. Closes at the end of October and then it opens again by the 1st of June. And then this here is the St Bernard Tunnel. So you go through that into Aosta, into Italy. So here we are, we've set off, walking up. So I have my boots that are fixed in at the front. The heel is not fixed, so I can walk forward. And then I have a skin, very much slidey one way, grippy the other, like an animal skin. So the history of this type of ski touring or moving around is the people that lived in mountainous areas or places with snow and needed to get back up after they had gone down the valley to trade. So the Swiss, for instance, had the cheese, the dried meats and various products such as genepi plants for making genepi drink, various other things that grew up the mountain, and they would ski down to the valley floor to trade for their fruit and their veg and I don't know, maybe fish, maybe not, I don't know. And then to get back up they would use a seal skin or an animal skin that slid one way and gripped the other. So they would stick that to the bottom of their skis and they would walk back up. But those skis were telemark skis. So if you look at telemarking, it's fixed at the front and not at the heel. So they would ski down, do their trading, put on their seal skins and walk back up. And that's the history of this type of skiing. Nice. At some point we have to start to go up a steep face, so we have to perfect a kick turn. So Joe's currently going up a steep face and you'll see what he does. So he's downhill ski, he'll set himself in so he's got a nice plateau to work off, and he's going to bring his uphill ski round, stamp it in, make sure he's got a good platform, lean forward onto his uphill ski, kick the ski around and up he goes, and that's why it's called a kick turn. Perfectly executed. We'll watch him do one more. And the reason, like I said, it's too steep to go straight up. So you need to go on a zigzag. And then again. You need quite open hips for it, but not too crazy. And he kicks, and around he goes. Well done, Joe.
Thanks, mate.
Okay, kit. So what do you need to go ski touring? First, you need your boots. So I have Lang XTs. They're a bit lightweight, a bit more lightweight than a normal ski boot, but they ski just like a ski boot. It's just they've cut down on how thick some of the buckles are, things like that. It has a walk mode, so that's to walk, and that's to ski. You lock yourself in once you're done, so you can ski back down. Otherwise, you'll tip over. These are called pin bindings. So the boots have a hole for the pins in the front, just there, one there and one there, and then at the back they have a set of pins on the binding that lock in, and that's how you fix in. Here you have the ski. So I've got a head. It's not a super light setup, but it works for me because I want to have a nice ski down. So maximum I walk is 4 or 5 hours, but for a 1 hour walk or 2 hour walk, these are 90 underfoot. They've got a nice turn radius, so you can ski them really well, and they're quite a wide spatula, so they're good in the powder. And then I've got a Fritschi Vipec binding. So here's the pins that I was explaining. They go into the front of my boots so that when I'm walking I can pivot, and then the back pins there lock into my boot as well. I'll just quickly show you how the ski goes on. Get my poles. So as I stand down in that, it will trigger the binding. Sometimes it misses, just press down a little bit and lock it in. And then I'm currently in ski mode, but if I push down the back of the binding, it slides back and it allows me to lock up there it is properly. It allows me to lock up the brake, so I can walk. I'm locking the front so that my foot doesn't pivot too much, and there you go, I can walk up the mountain, see? And then when I want to ski down, I pull that back up, take that back into ski mode so that I have a binding so it will release, and now I'm locked in, so now I can ski. Really simple. And then to get out of that, but this particular binding, most pin bindings, to get out, press down on the front and it will let you step out like that. Going up, so you've seen that the binding allows you to pivot and walk. You need something on the bottom of your skis. In the video I explain the history of how this all came about, but I'll show you now anyway. So I'll lock back of the binding back down like this. That allows me to lock up the brake. My brake's now out the way. So take my skin, so slides one way, grips the other way. You know, it's a material, it's not an actual skin, but it's a material. Mine are stuck together at the moment, so I'll pull those apart. Hook over the tip first, line up the skin so you just have a little bit of edge. You still want just a little bit of edge showing, so when you're traversing across a hard face or an icy face or whatever, pitch up the mountain and traversing across, you still need that edge to grab you and to give you some stability. Then the back piece locks on like that. That's it. And I'll get in and then I can walk up, you know. Quickly show you again. So it doesn't matter left or right, in I click, up so that I've got my tip locked in, and now I can ski up the hill and the ski will grab. See, won't slide backwards, but it will slide forwards. Easy enough, doesn't slide backwards. There you go, so I'll let myself out. Take the skin off. My one, I need to activate the brake so that the ski doesn't slide away. Some self-activate, but I need to do it myself. So what I do out of habit, because if you're up on a steep pitch somewhere or somewhere narrow, you've not got a lot of space, the last thing you want is to put your ski down and it just disappears. So I come to there and then I reactivate my binding brake, and then I can just put my ski back on the summit and it won't disappear, you know. So that's the bindings, how they work, what make they are, how you get in there. There's how you fit a skin. And then some people, me included, just not today, you have a little bit of plastic you can put between these to stop them sticking together. But I didn't have a lot of room in my bag, so for today that's how I've done it. So I put them skis there. So that's the skis, the skin and the boots. Then you have your poles. So you want, I like to have adjustable poles so that I can make them smaller or longer. If I'm going on a long traverse, sometimes I will make my inside one shorter, or as I show in the video as well, you hold it lower down so that your body's parallel. Your hand on the top of this one and that one like that one as you're going up the mountain. I also have a few other things, wide baskets so that you don't go through the snow. I have cork grips, so when it's really cold in the winter, it pushes back, it sends back the heat from your hand, helps you keep warm. You don't have to get a grip like this. Some people have no hand strap and no hand grip, and it's just from here to here it's foam or cork, so they can hold it, and they've always got a grip. Mine sometimes slips, but it's okay. So I wrap this. This was a guide friend taught me this years ago. I wrap duct tape around my pole. So if I snap my skin or my binding a little bit, I can use the duct tape of it, or if I cut myself, I've done that before, I've cut myself and then put something over a cut and just put a duct tape over it till I get down and find the first aid that I need. I do carry a first aid kit, which is what I'll show you now. So I've got a Mammut. This is my old Avalanche pack. I've taken the Avalanche bag out but I've still got Avalanche kit. So nice bag, decent support on the back, straps that go around your waist. You can take a lot of the weight on your waist, you know, so it doesn't pull down on your shoulders too much. And then in the bag I have some snacks, my wallet, a Leatherman. So I have broken bits and pieces on the skis and you need your Leatherman. And then I have cable ties. Cable ties will get you out of any mess if you need to attach your binding to your ski or whatever. With the duct tape you'll get yourself through that. So definitely have some cable ties, definitely have some duct tape, and then a Leatherman. The front of my bag I have these here, so as I'm getting hot, as I'm going up, you're just getting warmer and warmer, you take a layer off, take a layer off. Some people like to put them inside, but I just roll them up and put them outside. So I've got that there. And then I've got my drone because I was filming, and I have a first aid kit, and in the first aid kit I have like Compeed, bandages, plasters, a hat, shovel, probe, and my transceivers on my body, and then plenty of water, you know. And yeah, have one set of gloves for coming down, and either your bare hands or a set of gloves for going up. I'm skiing in a cap today because it's hot. I'm not anywhere too steep, but normally I attach my helmet to here. I go up in a cap, covering my neck and everything in my neck and my ears so I don't burn, and then take my baseball cap off and come down with my helmet on, because yeah, safety where possible, you know. And I think that's pretty much it for ski touring. I tour sometimes with clients, but most of my ski touring starts mid-March right until mid-May, end of May, depending on the snow conditions. Like I say, I'm up at St Bernard today. Italy is just there. I'm at 2,000 meters at the moment. Still plenty of snow. There'll probably be enough snow for about another three weeks, and then they'll open this, and this will be the cycle path and the car route over the Carl if you don't want to take the tunnel. Yeah, it's quite a nice place. This is my favourite. So hopefully that helps, makes sense. If you like it and subscribe. If you have any questions, just ask questions. I'm always happy to give advice, even if you want to know where to ski tour around here, what time of year to do it, yeah, and the conditions. Always happy to answer. Okay, hope you had a great winter, hope you have a fantastic spring, and speak to you soon.